Hi everybody, Joe Brancato, the airgun scientist in the sGUNkWerks lab. And today we're reviewing the EdGun Matador R5M. And the M stands for multi-shot or magazine. They used to just have an R5, which was a single shot. This is the R5M, the multi-shot now. This is the standard length. This is the long version. Either one is available. The longs are available in walnut and the laminate, and the standard are available in walnut. Let's see. Let's take a look at what their weights are and their lengths. I'm going to get this one a little bit out of the way. See if our scale is still on here. Yes, it is. Okay. So, with a UTG 360 bipod and an Axion 4-16 by 44 side focus scope, we're getting something in the area of 9 pounds, 8 ounces, 9.5 pounds. Okay. So that's with scope and bipod. Okay. Now, the long's going to be obviously more weight. Why? Well, it's longer for one thing. It has a laminated stock. It has a bigger scope. We have the Hawk 8-32. That's a big scope, okay? But it's a nice scope. 8-32 by, I think that's a 44. Yes, it is. This is the Air Max. 8-32 by 50. That's what that is, yeah. Let's take a look at what this guy weighs. Slide that down a little bit so we don't hit the other gun. And let's not hit let's get that out. There we go. And we're looking at, what is that? 11 pounds 5, roughly. 11 pounds 5 with the scope, mounts, and UTG 360 bipod. Some of the features of the gun. Oh, let's go over length. Since we're doing the weights, let's take a look at the lengths. Okay, here we go. Length of the R5M long. I'm taking that right at 32 inches. And let's see, the standard, we're looking at 27.5 inches. So the weights and the lengths you've got. In 22, we're getting 10-shot magazines. And in 25, it's one less. It's 9-shot. Let's go over the features of the gun, which is pretty cool. Double or ambidextrous cocking levers, one on each side, which is kind of cool because a lot of us that are, well, whatever side you are, but a lot of us like to shoot hold with the strong hand, right hand in my case, normally, or right-handedly, and cock with the left hand, okay, when we're in a bullpup. It's more of an easy thing because you can, if you remember the pistols, the XP100 was made like that back in the 60s. They had a left-handed bolt action on a little tiny pistol shooting a 221 Remington Fireball. Anyway, enough reminiscing. So it's dual cocking levers, both sides, dual safeties, safe, S, F, fire. Funny enough, we noticed that the S and F are on the medium lengths, but on the long, they don't have that marking, which was kind of an interesting thing. Oh, another thing, there is a decocking unit on here, okay? So basically what happens is, let's say you put the magazine in, and you've chambered around, and you decide not to take the shot, and you do not want to keep the spring compressed. So there's a way that you can decock the gun with this lever right here, pulling it down, letting it go forward, and it prevents the another pellet from going in there when you decock the gun. So pretty interesting. And then let's see what else is there. There's we have the length, the weight, the shots. Oh, power. What a power, oh, powerhouse. Oh, well, let's stick with the magazines. The magazines can also be stored here, which is kind of cool. Now, this is is this the proper magazine? Yeah, it is. Okay. So they actually fit up in here, which is kind of cool. You can fit 1, 2, 3 mags here, plus 1 in here, which is probably, I would think, a full tank full. 40 shots, that would probably be a decent amount. Well, maybe probably more, because you can fill the guns up to 300 bar. Now, that's not a bad thing, okay? It's just like the Zbroyas. You can fill these up to 300 bar, too. That's not a bad thing. That just means you get more shots if you fill them more. You can still fill them up to 300 or 250 or 200, whatever you normally fill your other guns to, or are capable of filling your other guns. We're just telling you can take them up to 300 bar and get extra shots. Ours have the Picatinny's down here for the bipods. Let's see what else. We've got the cocking levers, the magazines, the safeties, the dual safeties, the decocker, the power. Yeah, thanks. I was just going to get to that. In 22, it's between 30 and 50 some foot-pounds. It'll shoot 50 foot-pounds, we'll say. It'll shoot a 25 grain, 22 caliber, 25 grain pellet at 950 feet a second. That's hauling. That's moving. That's 50 foot-pounds. That's a lot of power for a 22 pellet gun. So that's respectable, very respectable. The 25 will similarly shoot from 50 to 63 foot-pounds, which means you're launching a 25 grain pellet and 25 grain at 950 and a smidge above. So it's moving pretty good there. I think that's about it that I can come up with all the technicalities. Again, both long and medium or standard, long and standard are available in this gorgeous walnut, and long are also available in the really cool looking red laminate, which is a real eye catcher. So that's about, oh, forgot, one of my favorite things about these guns, the EdGun digital gauge. So that shows you how many bar are in there. And after you start firing the gun, it'll tell you how many cc's you're using per shot. So it'll do the math. It'll look at this and go, okay, I'm at 300 bar, making numbers up, and I'm using, you know, and I'm making numbers up. I'm using 10 cc's a shot, and I'm at 300 bar, and I can go down to 200 bar. That's 100 divided by, you know, 10 would be 10 shots or something. It'll figure it out for you. So bottom line is, it'll tell you how many shots you have left in the gun, which is kind of cool. So it'll tell you how many shots, the average, all that kind of stuff, the average cc's per shot, how many shots until you get to the regulator, which is typically set at 120 bar and all that kind of stuff. The build quality of these guns is phenomenal. This is the same gun that Ed shows in his videos where he drives over the gun 4 times. I thought it was once. He gets his Toyota Land Cruiser, runs over with the front tire, then the back tire, and then he backs up over it with the back tire, followed by the front tire. And then he picks up the gun, puts the scope back on it. The scope's not on it, puts the scope back on it, and he's shooting a group like that. It's amazing, amazing gun. Again, it's due to their one-piece construction I've been raving about on the Leshies, and I'm going to come over here, grab a Leshy, and I'll be right back. Ricky driving him nuts because he doesn't like it when I move off camera too much. But just like the Leshy, all one-piece construction from here to here. The only thing that's been added on is the trigger assembly here and a grip. But this, everything from here to here is machined out of one piece. Same thing with the EdGun Matador R5M. All of this, it's just beautiful, man. I mean, it's just one nice big chunk of steel. It's not an assemblage of parts that can come apart, get loose, made cheaply. Ed does it right. He does a beautiful, beautiful construction. So with that, I think we've talked long enough. I just wanted to kind of give you the highlights. If you have any questions, give us a call or put them down below. This is Joe Brancato, the airgun scientist in the sGUNkWerks lab, saying take care, God bless, safe shooting. Please be sure to check off the little bell icon that lets you get notified of our latest videos. Cheers.